Hi everyone. Today we will discuss how to use matrices to solve systems of equation. Here we will start our story with a very simple system of equation. In this equation, a, b, c, d, e, f are constant and x, y are our variable. Okay? Now, we can rewrite this equation using matrices here. A, B, C, D times XY is E and F. If you think backward, this is quite true, right? Okay, here to this equation, the matrix equation, if you multiply A, B, C, D inverse to the same side, to the left side of this equation, then what is the result of ABCD inverse and ABCD? That is the product of these two things is identity matrix, right? So identity matrix times XY is just XY. Wow. So we have this very wonderful equation. Okay, this is the XY. Let me rewrite this one more time. If you have a matrix A times matrix X equals matrix B, then you can multiply the inverse matrix of A on both sides. Is okay? Since in matrix multiplication commutative property does not work, if you want to multiply A inverse to your left side of the left side equation, then you must multiply the same matrix to the left side of your right expression. Okay? Now we know that this is a identity matrix times X is A inverse times B. Now from this, inverse matrix times X is just X. Okay. This very simple result is very important. Okay, we will use some example. Use matrices to solve the system of equation. Here you have the equation, system of equation. Now the starting point is to change this one into matrices. If you have 2, 3, 1, -1 times xy, please note that that is here, right? If you multiply the two matrices, you can get 2x plus 3y and x minus y. And 12 and 1 is just here. Okay? From this equation, please note that this one. You can rewrite this one as A times X equals B. Then again, if you multiply the A inverse then after multiply these two things, that is identity matrix. So left side you have only X left, right side A inverse times B is here. Okay, so your xy you can copy this matrices here, but be careful. We must use inverse sign here. Then multiply the 12 by 1. The inverse of this part, remember that? A, B, C, D inverse will be 1 over A, D minus B, C, and switch these two numbers and change the sign of these two numbers. Good? So here you have a 1 over negative 2 minus 3, and switch these two numbers, so your result is negative 1 and 2, the main diagonal, and another diagonal from 3, 1, I have a negative 3, negative 1, change the sign. Okay, so if you, let me erase this one. If you multiply this part, you have a here. Okay, and in front of the matrix you have negative 1 over 5. If you there is no equal sign here, then you have negative 1 over 5 times matrix negative 15, negative 10, which is 3 and 2. So variable x is 3, variable y is 2. Is it okay? Okay. Now we will solve another system of equation. In this case, we have 3 variables and 3 equations. If you solve this one using just the algebraic method, we need some time, right, to solve this one. For this example, I will explain how to use your graphing calculator, the matrix function, to solve that one. Before using your calculator, first, this system of equation can be converted matrix operation. Good. So in short, the first one, this is matrix A, this is matrix B, this is matrix middle one is X, this is matrix B. Then you have A times X equals B. Now, what is X? What is X? As we discussed in our previous slide, this will be negative A inverse times B. Okay, so in our calculator, we simply input these two things. Okay, first step, call matrix first, and in edit mode, we will choose A, the name, and set the dimension here 3 by 3, and input the elements. In the case, you can see 9 numbers. You can input these 9 numbers. Okay. Then please leave the matrix function and call matrix function one more time. In this case, we will use the name B, and again set the dimension and input the element. In the case our dimension is 3 by 1. Can you see that? Yes, this is 3 by 1. And the 3 elements 1, 14, and what is that? 7, right? If you successfully input your matrices, now it's just hit some keys, then you can see the answer. First, activate matrix. Now in the case, select name and A, enter. Then you can see this result on your screen. Okay. Then on your keyboard, please try to find the X small -1, which means inverse. So if you hit this key, you can see a small -1 here. Now it's time to multiply matrix B. You can use multiplication symbol or just matrix B is also okay. So to do so, again call matrix and names P, enter. Then you can see this one. Okay. To see the result, we must hit one more time the enter key. Then you can see this result. Okay. Quite easy. But watching this slide is not enough. Please open your calculator. Practice by yourself, please. Now, one more example. In the case, you have 3 equations. But note that in your first equation, there is no C, right? And in your second equation, there's no A. In the third equation, there's no B. In matrix, how can you handle this missing element? If you don't have any C, please input 0. Okay, so please note that 7, -5, 0. And next equation, there's no A, so use 0 for A position. With the same reason, third equation, there's no B, so please use 0 here. Okay, that will be here when you input your matrix A. Good. And this number will be here after you set the dimension 3 by 1. Now last step. In matrix function, the name A, and again hit inverse by hit this key, and matrix B, and hit one more time. You can see the answer in matrix form. Okay, now practice, please. You can see this whole process very quickly. Let me explain one more time briefly. If you have a matrix A times matrix B is matrix A times matrix X equals matrix B, then how can you find this matrix? To find this matrix, you can multiply A inverse, you can multiply A inverse here, original one was matrix P. Okay, and since this is identity matrix times X will be A inverse P. Identity matrix times some other matrix is that other matrix itself, right? So you have A inverse times P. Okay. Now some real example one more time. If you have 2x plus 3y equals 16, just for example, and 3x minus 2y equals 11, then please convert this one in matrix form. 2, 3, 3, 3, negative 2 times x, y equals 16, 11. Right? From this, I hope you can write the final expression directly. What is xy? Here, 2, 3, 3, negative 2, inverse, don't forget this part, and times the matrix P, in this case 16, 11. Okay, this is the concept. Okay, well, how to use the matrices to solve a system of equation. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.